So Bloxfruits has dropped so many leaks in the past couple of weeks that I was not able to keep up with them. I mean, I did see all of them, each one as soon as they dropped, but because I was a little busy with the other projects that I had, I was not able to record the leaks. But I've got you covered now, from new bulletins to the juicy leaks by Rip Indra himself in Uzoth's video. We've got plenty to talk about, so let's get right into it, starting with the bulletin number 5, the first bulletin released for the next update. Now let me be honest, the bulletin 5 was by far the worst bulletin they have released so far. There wasn't much to reveal except for some storyline hints and what looks like the start of a potential quest system that could be similar to the Hockey's Berries quest, I want to say. But here is the key information from this bulletin. Divinity asked that if they're reworking grinding and adding storyline elements, and their response was yes, new quest types, storyline progression, and free level rewards are all being explored to make the early game grind much better and experience for beginners. Like, this is hinting towards the first CE rework. That's, I want to say, well, there are two types of things that I would want to mention right here. A rework would mean that they're not going to add anything new, so let's not call it a rework. Like, you know how we can spawn Sea Beast in C2? I think that's what they are gonna do. In C1, they're gonna add Sea Beast so that new players can level up by killing Sea Beast. Of course, they're going to be much more weaker than we have in C2 or C3, because one Sea Beast would, I think, would finish the entire sea if he wants to. We also had this strange news about the state park reopening, with campers throwing glowing fruits peels into the stew, hinting at some kind of mysterious cooking or buff system. Sounds like there might be more to it than just camping under the stars. Could we be looking at a new quest line or even a new mechanic? Then there was the mystery submarine section, where the chief of the Tiki outpost mentioned the heart of Tiki and how traveling to the sacred landmark has finally been authorized. This might be the start of some kind of new, I just want to say it, some people are calling it a new sea event, but I just do want to say that maybe this is a new island. And some people are even going so far to say that this is fourth sea. I wouldn't say that. To me, I think it's more like C1 underwater city, so it's like that, but in C3 this time. So yeah, and that makes sense because they're also adding Sharkman karate, so you know that aligns, because there will be some NPCs we could talk to improve our Sharkman karate to V2 and V3 possibly. Now that was it from our first bulletin, which was bulletin number 5. Now we have the bulletin 6. Now bulletin 6 is where things get a lot more interesting. Right off the bat, we have the title which says new flavors, new fighters, and new explosive surprises await. That title alone already hints at a new fruit rework, a new fighting style, and a new mechanic. I do want to say that because explosive, which we can assume that it's definitely related to bomb fruit. In the bulletin, we got a story called Popcorn Explosion, where a popcorn vendor's machine erupted after a silent customer approached a tall silent customer. This pretty much screams of bomb rework, right? Then we move on to the Tide of Technique, where we learn that Sharkman Karate and Water Kung Fu are both getting a rework. Both versions are getting refined with more fluid movement, sharper techniques. This was a big surprise since Sharkman is already a pretty popular fighting style, and I wouldn't say that it's like right up to date, but it isn't the worst looking fighting style. Maybe explore the Sanji fighting style, or what is it called, Blackleg, I think that, or maybe E-Claw, which is my favorite, but I don't want them to change E-Claw. I don't want them to take away the element that it has. There was also a question about subclass, where they mentioned that the shipwright class was just a test run and they're planning to redefine and expand the whole system. No specific detail yet, but it's something to keep an eye on. And to be honest, I think they're going to change our subclass that we had, like shipwright subclass. All of us have it, and then it's gonna be different, the obtainment and all that. Then we had the question about bounty hunting, and they confirmed that they're working on a new system called reputation. That'll be more important than bounty and won't require PvP to earn. This one is still in early stages, so don't expect it in the next update, but it's gonna be good to know that it's in the works. But to me, I'm guessing that reputation, as they've said, that it's gonna be something more important, and they're adding stats to it. So maybe the more reputation you have means that more extra stats you have. I do want to say that, but I don't know. We have no clue yet. I don't know how to earn that. Maybe defeat bosses, maybe kill someone who has been wreaking havoc in the server like a lot. Maybe that's the case. Or maybe have your rank higher in the crew system. Maybe they will rework that. And then we had a really interesting section called the fighter who fights after the fall. This one's a bit cryptic. It describes a sacred bandaged fighter who keeps getting back up after every defeat, kind of like a training dummy. You know, like how we have the training dummy in C2 that everyone tests combos on? I think that's what this description is showing. This also screams of human V4, but they're being super vague about it. Could it be a hint towards a new training system, or maybe an NPC, or some sort of challenge mode? Lastly, there was a Campfire Chronicles. It sounds like a continuation of the camping and cooking storyline from Bulletin 5. Campers are gathering strange herbs and rare meats, and the food they're cooking is starting to have some healing effects properties. It could be the start of a buff system tied to the new quest line, but that's still just a speculation. Now moving on to the big leak, admin Uzoth's video featuring the owner Rip Indra. Indra revealed the divine art fighting style. As you can see, this was the leak. Well, there was something else too, like a part before all this, so where he meets My Game 43. But I think that's basically hinting towards that there will be a leak in the video later on. If you guys don't remember, there was this guy who leaked Dragonheart Sword, which was released during the Dragon update, but he showcased every moveset of it, as you can see right over here, and it's 100% accurate. He also released a leak video for Divine Art Fighting Style. I'm pretty sure all of you guys have seen it, and this one looks exactly like the move you can see over here. I know it's not the best quality, but I don't want to get copyright, so I'm just showing it right over here. So as you can see, this looks like what Indra was doing, but it's less refined here, but I'm guessing they more refined it. Now it's confirmed that the Divine Art does actually look like it, and Divine Art will finally be coming to the game. But here's the twist. Back in Bulletin 2, for the previous update, someone asked the question right over here, King YouTuber. He asked the question about the Divine Art, when will it release? And the devs said that it was delayed due to Roblox engine bugs. So was that just a cover-up to keep it as a surprise for this update, or did they actually fix the issue and decide to release it now? Either way, it's coming and it looks epic. So that's all the leaks we have so far for the next update in Blox Fruits, from Bomb Reworks to Sharkman Karate and Kung Fu getting rework, and potentially a new buff system, and the long-awaited Divine Art fighting style. This update is shaping up to be a big one. Which of these leaks are you most excited for? Let me know down in the comments. And as always, if you want to stay up to date with the latest Bloxfruit news and leaks, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Take care and bye-bye.